sitting there like, man, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Ask Mathis. I'm your host, Reggie Mathis, and rocking with me is my brother Wild Man Teddy T, a.k.a. Baron Theo Mound-builder.
We's in the building, everybody. What's going down?
Chilling, man. Chilling, man. So I'm going to have to rely on you, Teddy, to, talk about politics, because since the election results, bruh, I've been watching the Western Channel.
You retired already,
bro. The way
he already retired.
The way I was watching CNN and all that, bro. I just put it on the Western Channel, man.
Well, I know today Trump and Biden are meeting in D.C.
Well, I sent
they over there.
I sent some photos, some images, some video of the meeting to Step, man. It should be in like the latest stuff that I sent, because that was within the last hour.
Elon Musk is close
so
by.
If you go from the top down, or the latest, you should be able to see it, man. But Trump seems to be on his best behavior, man.
Oh, he's
on his best behavior right now. So, he there shaking his hand, and Joe Biden is like, yeah, this is gonna be a smooth, peaceful transition, and then Biden gave him the welcome back, welcome home. In a sense, Biden is like, you did it for the boys.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
He did it for the boys.
You know my favorite line in Coming to America, when they're in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
You think we're gonna turn this country over to a dame? Neither did I. Not you, Joe.
Yeah.
Neither did I. Neither did I, man. But
from what I've seen, Trump been on fire.
What does that mean? Just so I can
with his cabinet picks.
I mean, what my thing was, he picked
Marco
Rubio for Secretary of State,
which is cool. But he just said he's been on fire with his cabinet picks.
Yes. So
let's start with Secretary of Defense. That's fire. That's a fire pick for you as a military guy. You said fire. You started this thing off. You started this thing off with fire, so I'm like, hey, okay.
Well, let me
Mr. Alley-oop, Mr. Layup guy.
Let me say the ones I agree. The dude who's gonna the border czar.
Right.
Oh yeah, they all going. They scared. They all scared. How about I had a case, bruh. I had a case today in Juvenile. Involving a bunch of, I would say the parents. Like, all the parents were non-English speakers, right? So it was basically a little fight in the bathroom, and the little girl says that, she was concussed, right? So, in adult court, you handle it different than in children court. Because in children court, it's not like you just we taking it to the door, you going to trial. It's rehabilitation and it's redirection. Like, those are the goals for juvenile. It's getting somebody on the right track. And I tell folks, the worst thing that can happen in juvenile is better than the best thing that can happen in adult court. Because the case stays in juvenile, and once it's done, it's automatically sealed. Like, it's not, people don't have access to your record and whatnot. So for these young ladies, it's like, okay, we reached a resolution, and the resolution was basically they go to a program, stay out of trouble. And none of these girls ever been in trouble before. Like, their parents was in there crying and all that, and, but all Spanish speakers, right? So there comes a holdup on one of the little girls taking a plea. Right, because she currently is seeking asylum in the U.S.
Oh, wow.
And because she's currently seeking asylum in the U.S., her lawyer, is basically asking if she can plead no contest as opposed to guilty,
Right.
right?
Yeah, because she can't plead guilty.
And so the judge was like, since it's a negotiated plea and since the charges will get dropped if, she's successful in it, I'm not going to be involved. It's what the state says. And so they put the mother and the victim on the stand, and the mom was just like, she don't care nothing about like, and this is through an interpreter. This is through a translator. She don't care nothing about somebody. They ain't care nothing about, my girl, and she's got to live with this for the rest of her life and all this other stuff or whatever. And then she's like, I got my own immigration issues that, that we dealing with. And then my little client turn around and her mama say, we're just getting our residence card and all this other stuff. So I'm like, all these things are going on and happening in real time. And just speaking to her, her lawyer was like, man, bruh, in times like this, you would think that, and this is the bigotry that's going to come now in the world in which we now live in right now. He was like, because he was mad. He was a little pissed off that they wouldn't agree because of her immigration situation to no contest. Like, it was like guilty or take it to trial, And so he comes and, the new racism slang or whatever it is, he was like, you know what? I hope they're on the same plane. I hope they're on the same plane that they're getting deported from. I hope they sitting right next to each other as they getting deported. But that's the thing, man. Right now, I guess if somebody, with road rage or we in the Walmart or we somewhere, I'm going to turn around and be like, I'm going to report you. 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 I'm going to report you.
So my man, what's his name? Tom?
Yeah, man, bro. He's the dude right now that they all fearing, bro. I think they self-deporting right now.
Yeah, man. He had the biggest bar of after the campaign so far.
The one on 60 Minutes talking about.
Yeah,
so?
let's listen to it. Let's hear him right now.
Yeah, it was like, hey, you're going to be, and they're going to, and what about this, and what so?
That separated parents from their children at the border. The ACLU estimates between 500 and 1,000 families have yet to be reunited. When asked if there's a way to carry out mass deportations without separating families, Homan said this.
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
Trump also weighing in.
Babies can get it too. Babies can get it. What?
Y'all can get it.
Ain't no
bruh.
Cripples.
Hey. Bruh. Empathy, take that out the dictionary, bruh. Empathy is gone. Empathy is gone. Hey, it's a new America, and you know what? I'm with it.
Now I like the thing with Trump was to change the people that can't stay in Congress for a long time. He's gonna.
You trying to do term limits?
Uh-huh.
I mean, how's he gonna do that?
I mean, that's what he wants to propose. That's
I
what he
mean,
wants to do.
that would be awesome. That would be awesome for term limits. But the thing is, he got the keys. He got the House, the Senate, the courts.
He want everybody to roll with him, or not, you ain't rolling at all.
Hey.
That's the whole thing. He's like, if you're not rolling, boy,
get down and lay down.
He wished somebody get in there and disobey him this time. He wished that. He said, I got
who's gonna do it? He got a 39-year-old vice president that don't know his ass from his elbow. You know what I mean? So he gonna just sit over in the corner.
Just be there.
Just sit over in the corner. Just get up in the corner and you know what I mean? And don't stink the place up with curry. You know what I mean? Like, cause your boy was like, I carried you. You know what he gonna be telling JD Vance, man? I carried you. Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
I carried you, man. I carried you. I didn't get nothing. I didn't get nothing with you. Nothing. Nothing.
I've done.
You know,
everything
and you
I'm
know
gonna
your
do.
boy DeSantis is sitting there looking at JD Vance like, man, you know what? I had a nice little fiefdom down here in Florida, man. I listened to these people talking about they was gonna have my back when the time came against old boy, and when the time came against old boy, he looked around. He was like, "Where y'all at? Where y'all at?" It's like, "No, brother, we gone." So now it looks like he's gonna try to maybe appoint himself to the Senate. How about that? How about that? He may appoint himself to the Senate. How would we? I would love that. Personally, I would love that. I would love for Governor Ron DeSanctimonious to go to the U.S. Senate and just be one of them up there doing whatever.
Oh, that'd be better.
Yeah,
Get him
definitely.
up there.
Yeah, cause get him from up out of here, bro.
Mhm.
Get him from up out of here. So I heard that that's a potential thing, but you know, I guess Marco Rubio, man, can we give Marco his props? You know, homegrown, Dade County boy, 305 from down south. You know, played safety, played football in high school for I think Miami South Ridge or one of those Coral Ways or whatever. I think they may have been the Rams that he played for, and you know, thought they were writing his obituary, man, when he went at Trump back in 2016. You know, when they started talking about hand size, and he was saying that, you know, look at his hands. He's 6'2", but got the hands of a 5'2" person. You know, and basically saying, you know, that he's wiener challenged is what, you know, Marco is insinuating. So, you know, your boy ain't like that, but I guess let bygones be bygones. Now he's back. He's okay. Because I guess, man, we have to start admitting. If we can't admit anything else, Trump knew some things that nobody knew. And that's about the American people. You know, the American people. Because, you know, many of the things that we grew up saying, you can't talk this way, you can't say this about, he triple, quadrupled down on it. He ain't double down on it. He did a testosterone boy party, like, to F with them and got more females to vote for him, bro. Hey, all I can say is, you know, I'm gonna sit back and I'm glad. You know what, Teddy? I am glad that the Republicans won the House as well. You know why? So that you won't be having these like impeachment inquiries and impeachment every other month. Let the people work so that the American people can watch it and say, y'all have all three levels of government, all three levels of government. You know, let's go. We want prosperity, right? Everybody want prosperity. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. As the preacher says, you know, when we in church, he said, I see me in the future, and I look better. I'm walking in favor and prosperity. You know, I'm with it.
Have you seen this proposal for the Department of Education?
I did, and I have, which, you know, I got mine. I got mine.
Trump
You
been
know,
on fire.
I got mine, and if you don't have yours or if you put it off,
Trump telling you nobody's
so
safe.
too bad, so sad, because now he talking about reparations for white people. He talking about reparations for white people through the Department of Education.
How you get that?
I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
Through the Department of Education, he's saying that he's going to fine universities who are discriminating. And the discrimination that he's talking about is in their admission process and in their diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. You know, if his people say that y'all are not, you know, doing whatever y'all endowment is, then the legislation that we're proposing as far as fines will fine y'all up until y'all endowment, and that money is going to go to the disaffected people who did not get into these institutions because we letting all these others in. So you tell me how you saw the Department of Education, sir.
I saw it as inefficient.
Okay.
The amount of money that we put in into the
So you're not talking about higher education, because the endowment is with these colleges and universities that's getting funding.
No, I'm not talking about higher education.
So as
But
far
even-
as state education, other than the Department of Education, which puts all these incentives for schools to do X, Y, and Z, I never really had an issue with that. I mean, I am a registered Republican, and so that is more of a traditional Republican, platform, part of the platform where you want more states' rights to have, and what the Department of Education has done, and why many Republicans have been against the Department of Education is because, like you said, the inefficiencies and what's going on here and what's going on there. So my thing is, the reason I haven't been watching, these commentators or whatever, because they was wrong. First of all, they was wrong.
Okay.
So to keep watching them, whatever.
They still wrong.
I haven't seen them and don't want to. I haven't watched them, bro. I've been watching the Western Channel. And I can tell you about Gunsmoke, and I can tell you about smoke signals, and I can tell you about just some of the movies, the Virginian, that I've been watching over the last week, which is interesting. If you want me to go on one of my rabbit hole asides, it's interesting. It really explains a lot about this election.
And even when we back to the Department of Education, not just the inefficiency of it, we getting back down to the basics, the common sense, where parents' rights, like Trump said, you would be fined if you try to encourage your child in a different gender and you don't notify his parents. I'm all for that.
Yeah, no one should be doing that, and they've already pretty much tamped that down, at least in Florida. Like they're probably using Florida as the model for the nation and for the Department of Education, because the census already ran through. He's already done everything that he could do. He done banned books. He got folks that's like, oh no, we don't want kids learning about this or that. I remember 6th grade when we got the permission slip. That was the first time I recall getting a permission slip in the health class. Whether or not, hey, there's going to be a week on sex education. If you don't bring that permission slip in, you're going to have to go to another classroom where y'all not talking about it or whatever. But, it's one thing about me, I'm not rooting against whoever wins. If you win, you know what I mean, do your thing. Like, I'm not going to be sitting here telling my not my president, none of that. No, I'm not. No, the man won. The man won, and he came back. And it's just like, if you get a mistrial, right, in court, you get 90 days to retry that case. You got to retry that case in 90 days. 9 times out of 10, the defense is going to win a mistrial on a retrial, because you've already seen, what all their witnesses have had to say. You already seen what they had to do, and you had, 90 days to, say, okay, I'm gonna do it different this time. I'm not gonna call this witness or whatever. And so Trump has had 8 years, right? He's had, since 2015, to be running for the office. So,
This is flop right here for his pick.
This your boy. You say he's on fire.
He went on fire.
He's on fire. He's on fire. Pete Hegseth, weekend warrior, weekend Fox News anchor. Man say he ain't washed his hands in 10 years. He don't believe in germs. He don't believe that women should be in combat. But hey, you know what? I'm all for it. I'm with it. I am with the circus. I am with all of this, bruh. I'm with everything. Whatever he says when he wakes up and gets up, I hope he just have a like Pinky in the Brain. I hope he could just, will himself out of bed and just go to his desk and just tell everybody what we doing today. Like kind of like Richard Pryor and the Wiz. Today the color is green. Color's green. Color's green. And just have all the folks just walking around singing about green. You say, you know what? No more green. Now it's red. Now it's red. It is
one
what
more
it
thing.
is,
Have you seen Kamala and the payments she was making out to these celebrities for performing?
I sent you that story. Once you play it. So supposedly, the B Nation was the recipient of $10 million. 10 million. So yeah, keep going all the way down because that was one of the last things that I sent you. Right there. Nope. Yeah,
Elon?
keep going. Right.
Oh.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. So let's see, bro. Like I said, man, it's whatever right now. Like for me, right now, it's whatever, bro. It's whatever, man. We can hear the Lee Greenwood song, and I'm proud to be an American. But put that on all the stations right now, all day. You can hear that all day.
$10 million for Beyonce to step up and back Kamala Harris publicly. $5 million for Megan Thee Stallion. $3 million for Lizzo. $1.8 million for Eminem. I mean, is that normally how it goes? You spend $20 million, you get yourself in debt to try to get a bunch of rich celebrities on stage?
Paying people $1 million to register? Like, come on now. Come on, Harris. Like, Harris was a beauty queen back, just so y'all know. I do like Fox's hiring style. You know what I mean?
B got 10 million.
Hey, bruh.
That's B.
You know what?
All right, we got our guest on.
All right, cool. Let's do it. D-Train.
Hey.
Messiah. You're the one for me. Welcome.
D-Train, you there? Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
We see you.
Can you hear us?
Yes, how you doing?
Hey,
Okay.
there he is. The pioneer himself.
I'm starting. It's going in and out, I guess.
All right, can you hear us? Can you hear us? We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, your voice is going in and out.
All right, well we'll get through it. Just go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
Can you hear me?
So text him what to say so you can just go because we can hear him fine.
Yeah, we can hear you fine. So just go ahead and we can go ahead and start.
This is Wi-Fi. He need to go up by his modem problem.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Just go ahead and talk about what you got going on, who you are. Just give us your spiel. We hear you perfectly.
Okay. Hey, what's up, people? How you doing? This is D-Train, and it's good to be here. Got a new album out. Came out yesterday, The Other Side of the Tracks. And it continues my journey through this musical landscape after 40 years. I haven't really had a record since, I'd say, 2006, but that one bombed. So, but really since 1988 on Columbia Records. But it's good to be back and to be in, there you guys go, to be in the game. So, yeah.
All right. And so what have you been up to? You've been touring. What's been going on?
I'm sorry?
I said, what have you guys been up to? Have you been touring? What's been going on? What have you been doing the last 40 years?
Yes, I've been touring over in Europe for the past year, doing gigs in Lyon, France, London, England, Paris, and I came back to New York. Came back to Las Vegas for a quick minute, and I'm back out here till the second week in December, and then I go to Amsterdam, Holland. And then from Amsterdam, Holland, back home for a week, and then go to New York City to do concerts with Rob Mathis and Vanessa Williams, who I've been doing concerts with at Purchase College for the last 30 years.
That's dope. That's you keeping busy. Now you haven't been back out here in South Florida in over like 30 years, right? Like your record is big out here. You're the One is big out here.
Yeah, they still play it.
Like it's everywhere.
Oh yeah, they're still playing. And the great thing is, in January of 2025, I'll be doing the Soul Train cruise for the first time. That's kind of big. You know, I've done Soul Train 5 times in 2 countries, 4 times in LA, and then once in London, England with Jeffrey Daniels when he was trying to expand Don Cornelius's brand.
Wow. That's big.
That is. That's definitely. So it's good, man, that you're still out here working and making some good money. And you did a remix to the You're the One. Like, tell us about that record, You're the One, because that's the one that we're rocking. Like, what was the vibe like when you made that record and this the success and then you coming back doing it again?
Sure. You're the One for me. I was in the studio with Will Downing, who was doing a song demo, and I was singing backgrounds behind him, and then this guy comes in who has some Chinese food, and that was the producer. And so we kept going, and Will said, "Hey, D, do some step-out leads for me." So I started going, and the guy put his Chinese food down. And I was like, well, who is this dude? So Will stepped into the studio after we were finished and said, yo, man, that dude is Hubert Eves. He's with Roberta Flack's band and them 2 men. I said, oh, okay. And he wants your number. He wants you to come to his house tomorrow to write some music. So the next day I went to Hubert's house and met with him. And he said, you know, man, I got this track. And he said, I don't have any other words other than I'll spin up on the cloud. Shout out loud. And I'm listening to it, and I was like, okay, so what else you got? And then he played it again, and he played it again. I said, all right, now give me a pencil and a pad so I can help you out. And we wrote You're the One for me in about an hour. And that's when we knew that our chemistry was, you know, we had chemistry between the 2 of us. It went to #1 after he took it to Frankie Crocker in New York, Larry Levant at the Paradise Garage.
That's right, the garage.
And it went to #1 on the Billboard's dance charts in '82. But then in 1985, there was a remix by Paul Hardcastle in London, England, and that took it back to the top of the charts, made it into the top 5 in 1985. Now here I am, 30-some odd years later, and, you know, I call them all my young brothers because I'm kind of older than them. But the brothers from As Yet, Jay, and all of those guys, we went back into the studio and did a remake with the brother Barney from out of Los Angeles, who's a brilliant keyboard player. And we did a remake of You're the One for me and shot a video. And it was a lot of fun working with these guys because, you know, As Yet, as you know, is a group from the 90s. So it's like the joining of the 80s and the 90s together for a collaborative effort, you know, and it was fun.
Oh, so like when you was what was it like when you got when you got signed to Prelude Records? There was put that out. How did you find Prelude, and what was the elements of you being signed?
Well, you know, getting signed was interesting because I was only like 19 years old. And Prelude Records was the only one that was interested. Hubert shopped at the Capitol Records. He shopped it to Warner Brothers. He took it to Atlantic Records. And all of them said, that singer sucks. He's too loud. He can't sing. You need to get a girl on there. Forget D-Train, get a girl. And, you know, Hubert came back and told me every time, they don't want you. So I was like, oh, okay. But, you know, after doing the Prelude thing, they fell in love with D-Train. And they promoted the album Great Beat. They got me on Soul Train, and they got me some hit out of that album. You know, You're the One for me went to #1. Keep On made it into the top 10. And then Walk On By, which was the Burt Bacharach hit, and that did well for us in the top 100. So, you know, after that, we had the album Music, and then Something's on Your Mind was the third album, which gave me a top 5 hit with Something's on Your Mind, and that was fun. You know, it was a great label, independent label, distributed by Columbia and BMG in Europe. So it was a nice walk in the park with those guys to get started. We eventually won to Columbia Records in 1986 through 88.
Okay. So you definitely had a great career. Mathis, you got anything you want to say to him?
No, man, we appreciate you and look forward to checking you out when you're in Miami.
Yeah, you got to get back to Miami, man. That record is still #1 record out here.
Man, I'd love to come through there.
All right, man. We got the world famous
I've been in
D-Train.
Miami for a while, man. I did the Winter Music Conference a while ago.
Okay. Yeah, man. That's still a big conference, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate you, good brother. Where can folks get in touch with you?
Oh,
Where can they follow you?
But, you know,
How can the people find you?
You can get in touch with me at D-Train at Facebook. D-Train the official on Instagram, and D-Train on Facebook. For now, we're changing that, but a lot of things in the work. But D-Train on Facebook and D-Train the official on Instagram.
All right, excellent, man. Thanks.
And if they want to email me, they can go to D-Train. Yeah, if they want to email me, it's dtrainenterprises2022@gmail.com.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming on our show, giving us that wisdom, man, and anything that you want to give to any up-and-coming artist that's out here in the game coming up.
Well, yeah, definitely. Stick to your dreams. Believe in yourself. You're going to have some challenges because the music industry has changed. Just believe in yourself, because there's going to be times when you're the only one that's there to believe in yourself.
Amen. Amen.
You know, and always 3 things you're going to need in this business. You need a good accountant, count your money. You need a good lawyer to protect you. And you're going to have to need a good distribution to get your record out there. And those are the 3 things that I would say you need in today's digital society in the music industry.
Wise words from an industry vet, man. God bless, man. We appreciate you. Thanks for coming on, and hopefully we'll get you live in person. Peace.
Thank you, brother.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Brother Step, if you could pull up a image of Sean P. Diddy Combs while I read this article.
Any image?
Yeah, it don't matter. You know, any of the it don't matter. It's just some background images while I read this. Guest gives a look inside one of Diddy's freak offs in Miami Beach. Pretty crazy. A guest at one of Sean Diddy Combs' infamous freak offs is lifting the lid on what went on there, and it's shocking stuff. Tania Wallace appears in TMZ Presents The Downfall of Diddy and claims that in 2018, a Saudi prince flew her and a friend out to Miami for a bash at the rapper's Star Island mansion. After leaving her phone at the door, the singer-songwriter said she spotted a handful of celebrities, including one famous rapper. Wallace alleges that the late-night, early-morning gathering was pretty crazy, with men and women having sex all over the place, many seemingly intoxicated.